I've been kindly sent two of these monitor lamps from Quntis. Now there's a laptop version which clips onto the top of the laptop, and there's a monitor version which kind of sits on the top and has kind of an adjustable clamp for it. So in this video I'm going to look at the one for the monitor. If you want to see the one for a laptop, then check out my other videos. So let's have a look inside, see what you get in the box. Now this is a bit heavier than the laptop version because it's kind of got a counterweight to it. I've got a small manual here. These all came in little bags, but I've taken those out so it's a bit easier to unbox and take a look at them. We've got a standard USB to USB-C cable here. And then the clip and counterweight, so that's a heavy end there. And then you've got an extendable section here so it can clamp onto the top of your monitor. Now this little block here is detachable, so you take that off and then you've got a wider section there to clamp on. And then if we have a look, we've got a little bag here with another block to change the sizes and an Allen key. Take those out. So the Allen key can adjust the tightness of the fitting under that cover there. And then we've got a different size block here that can pop on like that. And now that that's on, you've got a different size gap there that you can clamp on. So there's a minimum size for this, and the box actually gives some good demonstrations of how it can actually fit onto a laptop. This one, where it's really wide, like I showed you, without those blocks attached. And then you've got a version here where you are using one of the blocks depending on the size and the thickness of your monitor. And then you've got this arrangement here where you've got none of them on, and it kind of clips over the top and then uses that counterweight onto the back of the monitor. So that's for curved and irregular monitors. And then you've got the ultra thin there at 0.7 to 2.8 centimeters. Then an ordinary monitor here, 2.8 to 3.5 centimeters. Okay, so we'll carry on having a look what else is in the box. Now here's the actual light. Take that out. Now this is a really neat little unit actually. And you've got the light down there, USB-C connector here, and then touch sensitive controls on here. And then that's the little light that changes the brightness of the light to whatever it is in the room. So if it goes really dark, then the light from here is increased. Then if it's really light in the room, this will dim right down. So it'll be around this way. And we've got the on and off. We've got the mode for auto dimming. We've got color temperature, and you can choose between different color temperatures. And we've got a brightness level. Now the first thing that you need to do when you get this is mount it into the clamp. So what they say in the instructions is to not slide this in from the side, just clip it straight in. You want to get that aligned so that the USB socket here is coming through the gap at the back. And then just push quite firmly, and then that will clip in like that. So you can turn it into position. There we go. And then we've got the USB-C socket showing through here now. Okay, so we're going to actually use it in this mode where we've got the counterweight like this. We've taken out all the blocks, and we're going to use it to this front bit to hook over the laptop screen and this portable monitor. So the portable monitor is only 1 centimetre thick. So this actually works really well. So if we just pop that there, and then there we go. It doesn't cover the webcam if you just offset it slightly. So I can have it about here. The webcam still can see you properly. And the bar itself is at a height where it doesn't get into the picture at all. So you don't have to worry about that. And it's easy to just take off like that if you're removing your laptop from your sort of working from home setup, and just plonk that on the table and you're done. And even putting it on a desktop monitor, that's really easy. Just choose the right block to put into the grip. So you're looking for the depth of your monitor, pop that in place, and it'll extend round your monitor. You might need to adjust the counterbalance a little bit to just push against the back of the monitor, and I've found that to be a really good fit. Even on the back of my curved monitor there, it actually fits fine and is really solid. Even if you wiggled it around, it's not going to just drop off. So turning this one on, we can adjust this. So it's at the moment it's tilted ever so slightly forwards, and we can adjust that in the grip to just have that light shine downwards and not actually get any of it in your eyes. So that's on, and then we can take it through, we can step it through the different light levels and then through the different colour temperatures. So colour temperatures next. And then we can put it on the ambient light sensor, so that will change the brightness depending on the light level in the room. Now the ambient light level sensor on this model compared to the laptop version is on the top, so it's a bit less sensitive to you just getting in the way of it. If your head is sort of moving around as you work, it's a lot less sensitive. So I didn't notice the brightness level going up and down as much as I did with the laptop version, because that light sensor is on the top. But you can kind of see how sensitive it is. If I just put my hand over the top, it's raising and lowering it. I'd kind of like there to be a setting where it averages it over a longer period of time, so that it's not as distracting. So, because as soon as that light level changes in the room, it's suddenly boosting or lowering that light level from the bar. But in general, this one would be the choice for me between the laptop version and the desktop. I'm not going to travel with it, so being able to just pop this on the top, move it to the other screen, the design is a little nicer and it doesn't get in the way of the webcam. I think all in all, this one is a better choice between the two of them. So let's move it over to the portable monitor. And it really is as simple as that. For moving it across, it doesn't need to clamp on at all, because it just hangs off the front here, and that counterbalance helps keep it in place, which is a really neat feature. Same thing here, we can take it off the ambient light mode and just have it on the brightness levels. Same kind of brightness you're getting out of the laptop one. But one thing you will notice, certainly when the displays are off, is you'll see the dust on the screen. This isn't as apparent when the laptop screens are on, so you will see them a little bit, especially if you're looking, or if the screen that you're working with is dark. But in general, it's not as noticeable as it is like now. So I've shut the blinds, and this is the lowest light level that you can get the bar at, and it's sort of like almost working by candlelight at this level. Let's knock up to the next one, and it's getting much more pleasant to work in, and obviously having something like this in your workspace is going to mean less eye strain when you're working. You don't want to work in the dark, and you also don't want lights in the room glaring off of the screens. So this really does help. I'll knock it up to the maximum level. There we go. And this is really quite nice to work with. It illuminates your entire working area without casting a load of light down the screen, even though it kind of looks like it when your screen's dirty like this. Now if we put the ambient light sensor on, it's going to keep it at that maximum light level, because it's completely dark in the room, so it will go up to maximum. When it's really bright in the room, that will obviously dim right down. Now even at maximum brightness in the room, the unit will not completely turn off. I've shone a really bright torch into that sensor, and there's always a tiny strip of LEDs left on. I don't think that's a big problem. It's also worth bearing in mind that If you are using the ambient light sensor all the time, if you just pull the power and then reconnect it, it will remember that setting and it will go back into whatever it was doing last. However, if you turn it off by touching the power button and then turn it back on again, it forgets that you had the ambient light setting. If you don't use the ambient light setting, it will remember what colour temperature and what light level you had it on last, even if you are pressing the power button on the top. What you can also do with these light levels and the colour temperature is long press on the buttons and it will go through gradually and like smoothly go through the colour values instead of going through in steps. So if we do it with the, let's do it with the brightness. If we long press, you can kind of see that dimming down, allowing you to really fine tune the brightness that you want, and the same with the colour temperature. So let's go back up. And now with the colour temperature, hopefully that's visible on the video. So that's gone into a much more frosty white colour now. So overall, I'm really happy with this. It works really well. It does illuminate the working area really nicely. I think the design of the unit is really nice. It doesn't shine the light into your eyes and it doesn't reflect on the screen itself. So take a look at this one, and I would look at the laptop version as well. If you are especially on the road and wanting to use this with a laptop, then this might not be the one for you, just because it's a lot heavier, a bit more bulky compared to the laptop version. But in a home environment, this one, in my mind, wins out between the two of them. So I hope this helped. Let me know in the comments if you've got any questions, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.